Hello and welcome to another task video. We are going to build a multi-input form using HTML. Have you seen in any websites forms are essential? Forms are essentials in websites for collecting user information. Today in this task we will create a form with various input types like text fields, password fields, radio button and text area. Step 1. Let's understand the task. Our form will include a username field, a text box for user to enter their name, a password field, a hidden input field for secure entry, a comment box, a multi-line text area where user can write feedback, radio buttons to let user select their favorite programming language, submit button to send the form data when completed. Let's get started. Let's start by creating our HTML file. So I have created forms.html. So you can create file, new file, forms.html. Let's get started. I'm opening up with an HTML tag and then head tag. Inside the head tag I'm saying title. In title I'm giving the title of the form. And let's create a body tag. And inside the body tag, I'm going to create a div. Div holds the entire form to keep everything organized. So I use div tag. And inside the div tag, so let me create an h1 tag and say multi-input form. So next slide. So I'm going to open up the form. So what is the form structure? So all the form controls live inside the form element. So let's create a form tag. In this task, we are focusing on creating a form. So action equal to https www.enochgeorge.com/subscribe.php. So this is an action. Every form requires an action. So in my case, I'm giving an https://www.enochgeorge.com/subscribe.php. And this value is a URL for the page on the server that will receive the information when the form is submitted. And second important thing is method. Method equal to post. So forms can be sent using forms can be sent using two methods, get or post. With the get method, the values are added to the end of the URL. Searches, it is ideal for short forms such as searches or when you retrieve information from the web page. So in this case, you can use get method. So in this form, I'm going to use post method. In the post method, the values are sent inside the HTTP headers. This post method is ideal for very long information, passwords, or if you want to add some information on database or creating or deleting something. So in this case, you will use post method. First, we're going to create the username. Label for equal to username. This label tells the user what information to enter. So now we have a label input. Let's create an input box. Input type equal to this is type. It's an attribute. So let's create an attribute called type equal to text. So, and then I give the ID equal to username, and name equal to username, and placeholder equal to enter your username. So this creates an input text where the user can type the username. The placeholder text gives inside the field, and the required attribute makes sure that the user cannot leave this empty. So we have created the username and the input box. Let's create the label for password and also for the input type for password. So label for equal to password, and then input type equal to password, ID equal to password, name is equal to password, placeholder equal to enter your password, and required. Here you can see the type is a password field. This acts just like the text entered here, but it will be hidden, or it will be hidden because it's a password. Third step is we're going to create a comment box. How do I do that? Label. Let me create a label for comment, and then here I'm going to create a text area, because this is a text box where user can enter multiple line of text. Text area, ID equal to comments, name equal to comments, rows equal to 5, placeholder equal to type of placeholder equal to type your comments here, and required. And here you can see rows equal to 5. Rows control how many lines the box should be. So now we're going to create a radio box. Let me give a title for it with a paragraph, strong. Inside that I'm going to say favorite programming language. Okay, so this is a short description just before the radio buttons, and then comes the input type. Here we are going to create a radio button. So the input type will be radio. Input type equal to radio. ID equal to Python, name equal to language, value equal to Python. So, and then let's give a label for it. Label for Python, label for, so let's label for Python label. And let's create the second input. Input type equal to radio, ID equal to Java, name equal to language, value equal to Java. And let's give a label for it. Let's create another input type with a radio for the language C, and let's create a label for it. Let's create another input type for PHP. So I think that's enough for this example. So you have done this completely. Let's create a button type equal to submit button. This button sends a form data when the button is clicked. So that is the end of the form, and end of the form container, and body tag, and end of the HTML. So here you can see multi-input form, username Enoch, password. If I type this, you can see it's hidden. In comment area you can write a lot of information, and here's the radio button where you can choose which language is your favorite. When I click this submit button, it will send all the information to the server. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another task video.